they connect and bloom. A bloom, showing if they connect and bloom.
Gosh, I have to say, welcome to the Bloom Show. I am Saeed, your host, and this Bloom Show is brought to you by New Bloom Media. I hope you guys could hear me, and I want to say thank you for my team for always setting up the show for us. I was a little nervous that we weren't going to have the intro, but we did, so that is awesome. So if you're a florist, a floral designer, an event designer, right, a floral enthusiast, new into the business, and or a florist that is looking on how to become an influencer in the future and how to have free time, but to do the things you love, but also to run a business, then you want to tune in today. This is not the topic we're going to talk about, but we're super excited to have two great influencers and two great people that are very inspiring to the floral industry, not because of the design, but also because of their energy and passion that they bring into the industry. But the really cool thing about them is when they're together. When they're together, they pack a punch, man. I spent an entire week with Pennylyn Woosley, aka Pennylyn. I call her Pennylyn, and her friends call her Pennylyn. And then Ace Berry. I spent about a week with them, and they are a hoot together. Separate, they're fun and they're awesome, but when you put them together, it's almost like when you add that salt rim to a great margarita, right? So I really enjoyed spending time with both of them, and we've worked together since then in collaborations. And one thing we're doing is the Penny and Ace show, which is going to be an awesome show where they're going to share the topic I just talked about. Is really their day-to-day, their struggles, their high points, their low points, tips for the floral industry, for florists, designers, and everybody between. So today, we're going to get to know them a little better. We're going to get to know what inspires them, their design, what inspires them for design, what their design styles are, what they believe are some trends that are going to be happening. And they're actually in Wedding MBA, and we'll talk a little bit really quickly about what they're going to do at Wedding MBA. And we'll also open up if there's any questions and anybody joining us today. We do know that today's at 2 p.m., so it's a little different timing. So maybe people were here at 1, but we're always here to watch it. And don't forget to subscribe. Really important to subscribe. If you like the show, we really appreciate it because it inspires us and inspires others, and like the show as well. So I'm trying to find which is the best intro, but I'm going to kind of wing it here and pick an intro because we have a bunch of them. But here we go. And the next you'll see Penny and Ace.
The bloom, showing if they connect and bloom. A bloom, showing if they connect and bloom.
Hello, everybody. I always mess up with that part. How are you, Ace, and how are you, Penny?
Hi, Saeed. I'm great. How are you?
Good. How's everything? I know you guys are in a whirlwind of travels, huh?
Yeah.
It's been busy.
Yeah, we went from, oh my gosh,
New
Europe.
York.
Yeah, New York, Europe, here in Vegas now. So
Yeah.
That's why we had to change the hours, everybody. So we had to go from 1 o'clock to 2. No, that's okay. To accommodate, and you're in Las Vegas. So what time is it there now?
it is 11 o'clock here in Vegas.
At night? No, in the
No,
morning.
morning.
Sorry, I'm backwards. Okay, that's why you had to close the curtains. I thought it was the Vegas lights that were bringing in the light. But thank you guys so much for. I know you're tired, and Ace just had a Red Bull to keep him up a little bit because he has the long day ahead of him. It's 2 o'clock here now, so we're kind of wrapping up the day in 4 or 5 hours, but. I appreciate you both very much. And tell me, how did IFTF go? How was Holland?
I'll let you go first, ma'am.
Oh, I had a great time. IFTF was fun. We also went to the Royal Holland Flower Show, which was great. We got to see the flower auction in Aalsmeer, behind the scenes tour. It was just mind blowing. It was really good.
Got to also take a tour of Hilverda Devore and really see where this amazing Dutch product that floral designers and florists go absolutely crazy for, and seeing it up close and personal, it was really, truly amazing to see it like that.
And Penny, let's dive in a little bit. And I kind of jumped to the gun a little bit. Share a little bit about you. What do you do? How did you come into the flower industry? And what inspires you floral design wise?
Well, I've been in the industry pretty much my entire life, even though I tried not to for quite a while. I was kind of born into it, and I started my own company when I was, 20. So I've been doing this for quite a while. Started off doing retail and events, and quickly realized that retail is not the thing for me, but events are. I always say I love. I know it sounds silly to some people, but I truly am very passionate about love stories and being a small part in people's really big and special day. So yeah, that's like for me, my world, I would say mostly. And then obviously we love to, consult and travel and mentor and all the other things. So.
And Penny does not stop, right? Or her energy is what? Well, you said stress and life.
Yeah, I run on adrenaline, stress, organized chaos. I usually call it. My team calls me Tornado Penny, Hurricane Penny,
Yep.
Long Ball Penny, all those things because I'm a lot of energy.
The calm, cool, collected one most of the time. So hey, a little bit about yourself.
So I got into the floral industry after, kind of doing all the wrong things. I was a bouncer. I worked in the oil field and restaurants, all the wrong things, to figure out that flowers were my passion, and my passion led to my purpose, which is doing flowers and making people love flowers as much as I love flowers. But I've been doing it now almost 20 years, and I still wake up every morning excited about going to work. And I think that that's a testament to how great our industry truly is, because when you can love something for 20 years and still get excited to wake up and go do what you do and touch the flowers and stuff, you obviously kind of are in the right situation at that point. But yeah, that's how I did all the wrong stuff to find the right thing.
And something you don't share much, but I think it's super awesome that you played ACC football.
Yeah.
Right? You played ACC football. You kind of forgot, right? ACC, am I saying it right? ACC?
Yeah. Played collegiate football, did all the things, and just kind of it just wasn't the path for me. And that's what I realized. I think a lot of people, when you're kind of in that realm, that you either get it taken away from you or something happens usually like that. I got to leave on my term. So it's very, very awesome.
But it's just, I love this, I love football. So from the gridiron to the oil field to the flower shop, to the flower field. So I think it's super
polar
cool.
Opposite ends of the spectrum.
Of the spectrum, man. So that is super cool to me. And we'll talk a little bit about the HBO thing. That's where I kind of got to see the experience of Ace a little bit. And I'll talk about why it means so much to me. But let's jump to a question for Penny. Penny, you say flowers tell us love story, and I've seen your work, and you certainly do tell stories. How do you bring that vision to life for couples, and just in your work? How do you make an impact that reflects your emotion, that emotion you're trying to figure out?
It's a great question. I feel like flowers evoke emotion naturally. To me, when I'm working with a couple, it's really important to establish what's important to them. I ask a ton of background questions. Like, I want to know everything. How'd you meet? How'd you get engaged? What's your favorite flower, favorite color, all of those things. Because a lot of the time I'll hear them say, oh, like we had these dreams of getting married here. And then, this happened. Like one girl's like, I really wanted to get married in Europe and we just couldn't make it happen. So we have this vision, but we're doing it in a ballroom. And how are we going to make that happen? I think just by finding out what's most important to them and figuring out how to execute it. Like Saeed, we were talking about an event I did recently where the bride kept just telling me she wanted to walk on clouds. Like that was her vision for her wedding day. So and we did it. It was pretty wild, but like little cues from them mean a lot to me. And I listen. To me, that's the most important thing, because at the end of the day, my work is work, but it's for them and it's about them and it is about their love story. So each event that we do is very much tailored to the couple. And that's what means the most to me. I want to honor what is important to them, and any little elements or tidbits I can pick up with them on our chats. I try to incorporate little surprises sometimes for them of things that matter. So to me, yeah, like that's how I would say flowers tell love stories.
And that's so cool that you said that you wanted to walk on clouds, and you did it. Like you
Yeah.
put that reflective, and it was just so cool. And when you sent
Yeah.
it to me, I was like, dude, look at this. It was so impressive. It was congratulations.
Thank you.
Ace, I kind of want to ask you the same story, man. And I might be asking you later on the kind of the same question, but what inspires you? Because I know your creativity is a little different. You're more architectural. So what inspires you to deliver, and what are the cues you listen to?
So honestly, what really inspires me is just everything that's around me. I think that I'm so different than what the industry had ever seen, especially when I got into the floral industry. I was just so different that I was bringing this outside perspective of like, you know, the hood of Houston
Nice.
into flowers. And then I was bringing this tattooed culture, and then, you know, graffiti art, and just learning all these different facets of artistry, and then shoving it all together with flowers. And that's really what started inspiring me. And then honestly, it was fashion too. I really loved the whole fashion part.
You're very much lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like he's got sneakers and fashion, and he brings that into his designs too, which is awesome.
What's the coolest thing you've done like that, like graffiti wise and urban? What can you say that what did you create that reflected that?
So a couple of years ago, I sent a message to the Houston Museum of Fine Arts.
Okay.
And they had a bunch of garden clubs coming in. It's called Fluorescence. And they had all these garden club people doing flowers inside the place, but they wouldn't let a professional florist inside to do flowers. So my whole spiel to them was, well, how can you expect people to walk into art if you're not letting them walk into art? So I did the whole outside before you even went inside the building was a huge art installation with flowers.
Wow.
And to me, that's where I want people to look at flowers as an art form. And being at that, you know, you can have sculptures and painters and fashion, and all that is considered art. But I think so many times that flowers get left out of the art forms. So to me, I want to push that envelope of saying, hey, no, I'm a botanical floral artist, not a florist. So that's kind of what drives me and inspires me, is for people to see flowers as actual art.
Yeah, and certainly is, and it's what, you know, how it's what's inspired, and the design. So colors, it's a painting made of natural product. It's basically what it is. Hey, so we touched base on this a little bit, but from the gridiron to the oil field to, you know, now even to Chelsea, which is you're one of the first Americans to ever win an award in Chelsea. I know that wasn't a part of this, but I listened. What was the turning point? Was there that one spark that said, let's do this? Like, you know, what is something you could say to inspire others that don't know, that they're like, you know, their parents expect them to do this, but they're like, no, I'm going to be a floral designer.
Yeah. So in 2007 is when kind of my whole life honestly just took a big 180 and just made a right turn and ran with it. But there was just a day that I woke up, and I mean, I got laid off from the oil field, and I was just kind of realized I was a broken, just hated my life human. And I was raised in Houston, but through my adolescent years, I moved to a small town in South Texas.
Okay.
And what I realized was that an art form was never cultivated. It was never said that, hey, you can do this. You could be an artist. It was, you can work in the oil field. You can work at a plant. You can do all those things, but artist was never on the table. So when I found flowers, that's kind of what I really pushed to do. And I just knew, and I just didn't listen to anyone.
Not you.
Yeah. I didn't listen. I had got it in my mindset. It's like, this is going to happen. This is what I'm doing. And I'm not give up on anything. It's going to be unwavering no matter what. These are my non-negotiables and this is going to happen. And that's kind of how Chelsea happened also. Chelsea was, I sent a DM to a conceptual artist and said, hey, I want to work with you. And he sent a message back. And next thing you know, like the very first time we ever met in person was when we were doing the install at Chelsea.
Wow.
That's
cool. What trust. Yeah. Both ways.
It was amazing. And it's each person that was involved in Chelsea all had something that we had to, a greater cause, that we all had to put our egos aside to make it happen. And I know Penny just got to meet part of that team.
Mm-hmm.
And
sweet.
And it's literally like we're like family, and we've literally met in person one time, but they're just, it's such an amazing thing to happen.
They're great.
Flowers connect, flowers bond, art connects, you know, the love of something connects you. So that's awesome. And what did you win at Chelsea?
So I did not win. We won the innovation. So it was because it was such a collaborative effort. But we won the innovation award. And
gotcha. Okay.
I will tell you the craziest part about Chelsea is Russ and Andreas sent me a picture 3 days after they sent me the first picture. I have the whole thing sketched. They send me this new picture like they think we're going to have to pull out because we have scaffolding in the way now. I instantly messaged them back and I'm like, nope, this is going to help us win. And they go, are you sure? I was like, I'm 100% positive. And Larry sent them a message. We're going to do an immersive room outside where like you can still hear the city. You can hear Chelsea. You can feel the vibe of it. And they go, you really think this? And I'm like, I don't think it. I know it. We're going to win.
Work with what you got. Yeah.
Yeah. And still to this day, the funniest part is our group message. Instantly when we said that, it says win Chelsea. And that's our group message name is win Chelsea.
Nice. And you did win Chelsea.
Is we were just there and I hadn't seen it in person, but I got to see like what was left of it. A lot of the botanicals were still hanging from the scaffolding, dried. And I was like, this is amazing. Like it's held up this long and like people have come and seen it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's super, super cool. So although I didn't see it in person when it was done, I got to see it in person
the remnants.
6 months later, and it's actually still looking kind of.
They're finally they said they're finally pulling it down.
Wow, so that's super cool. So people got to enjoy it for years, for almost a year. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations. So, Penny, what can florists expect from your Wedding MBA presentation in Las Vegas? And that's where you're at.
We're coming right from Las Vegas. So we go on stage on Wednesday.
Thursday.
I don't even know what day it is right now, if I'm being honest.
Ace is the one that kind of controls the guy.
Yeah.
Penny, we all need one of them. We all need one of them.
I know. Someone always has to know what I'm doing and where I am. Because you never know what may happen. But well, yeah, whatever day it is that we're doing it, I'll be there. I'm sure he'll make sure of it. We're going to be talking about social media.
Cool.
And just like for me, how I've organically grown my platform. I mean, I'm half the size of what Ace is as far as like followers and things of that nature. But
physically, you're half the size of me. Also.
Well, physically too. But for people that are just starting out or people that have been in the industry for a long time, I feel like social media is something that a lot of people struggle with. And the fact that I organically did it on my own from 2,000 to 11,000+ in like 2 years, just through me being me and posting things, it's important, and my voice on it is way different than his. Like I don't like being on camera because I always say it's not about me, it's about my couples and the work and the behind the scenes stuff. And for a long time I was really afraid to give up control of it, like it's my voice, right? So now I'm at the point where I do have a social media manager and I don't really handle my own anymore, and it's been a really cool experience that I think a lot of florists will appreciate and identify with. And that's what I'm going to be talking about. I think
that's cool, because that's what the Penny and Ace show is going to be about, is how do you relinquish some of that? right? How do you relinquish some of that work so you can go do the stuff you love and growing your business?
Yeah.
Right? And Ace and I talked about it. And he said, this is what I want to do is sharing how you could do these things and grow, right, from 2,000 to 11,000, but you need support sometimes. And obviously I know whoever's going to watch is going to say, oh, money. But sometimes it's organic. Sometimes it's just trusting somebody or being creative and finding someone to help you. And, you know, so it's a good testament to, hey, if there's a will, there's a way.
For sure.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And Ace, I know you are killing it on social too, and organically as well. You just a couple months you've started, in 6 months you've kind of blown that sucker up too, right?
Yeah. So I got kind of stagnant up and until 2020. I had roughly just about 1,200 followers, and then of course 2020 the HBO happened, and so I gained some followers through that. But honestly, where I had my greatest growth is when I actually hired a social media manager. And so where Penny is more did it like organically through her voice, I needed someone that could get my visions across.
You need help executing.
Yeah, the execution. So I had the ideas, but I didn't know the execution round of it or process.
Well, his stuff is filmed like so nicely and put together and edited, where mine is not. But like the way, like,
you have to, when you're hiring them, so you look at it like, do they meet your brand? And what is your brand? So the whole thing, when I started really investing into myself for social media, was that I wanted to be authentically me. I wanted to be, if I cuss, I cuss. If I'm, I try to attack everything just with the joy and positivity. I have bad days, and it's okay to have bad days. So with all that, it was just putting it out there. And to be honest, the best thing I can tell people with their socials is just put it out there.
Yeah.
Take the leap, because you never know who is watching your socials. Like, there are people, I have gained amazing clients. I got to be a part of a championship winning team for Chelsea because of one DM on social media.
That's super cool. Yeah. Social.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say. Social. Exactly. It's social. So you have to connect, use it as a tool. 100%.
Yeah. It got me cast on a reality TV show. I had 1,200 followers when they found me. And that's what I just think, being who you are, stop trying to be someone you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just be that. And then the companies that you want to work with or work for, put it out there, talk about it. Mm-hmm. No one is going to be your cheerleader. You have to be your biggest cheerleader, and don't be afraid of, anything that's out there. Like, the worst thing that someone can tell you is no.
Right.
So that's what I'm going to talk about on socials.
No risk, no reward.
and don't fear, perfection. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just start.
No, anyone can look at mine and they can see that it's very imperfect.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you this. Some of my best engagement on social media is when I'm messing up something.
When he drops something or knocks something over, or like Rachel, his social media manager, will edit the sound so it's like slow motion to where it's like,
I heard that the other day. I heard like a clink clink, and I'm like, yeah, you couldn't hear that.
That's honestly the best thing. But like, also like, try new things and put it out there.
Yeah.
100%. Like it's the easiest thing you can do. And
I have to give a good example of that. So we run New Bloom Media. We own the New York Flower Market Instagram. This is for the audience. And I was talking to Penny, and she's like, I'm in the area and I'm always there. Never done it live, but what the heck? So Penny grabbed it. She grabbed her gimbal and just starts walking around. She doesn't know what she's going to do, but she certainly forgot where she parked. I'll tell you that much.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
But she took it by the horns, and now Penny's saying that everybody from the flower market that saw her at IFDF were like, hey, when are you going to interview us? Or when are you going to come visit us? Because we do it to highlight the market and the history. So thank you for that. An example.
Oh yeah, I love it, and I'm so excited about all the good things we're gonna do. There's gonna be some really good things coming, so stay tuned.
And it's fun because it's a gift back to the floral community in New York, and that's why I do it, and I know Penny does it too, because it is giving back to that that market that's been around for 130 years. You know, why not share that history of that community? So,
and there's so many people who don't know or who haven't been there. So like I brought our friend Tia, I brought her for her first time just the other day, and it was like, even when I go live, now I can see that people are asking questions. So now I can try to answer because I'm getting a little bit better at it. But a lot of people are like, oh, wow, it's interactive. And if you can't get there, it shows you a little bit about what it is, which I think is great.
Which is super cool. And thank you again, Penny, because I know it's hard work and getting there early in the morning like you did last time.
I don't mind. I love it. You know me. I never sleep.
I know. So Ace, what you did competing on HBO Max Full Bloom teach you about design under pressure. But I have to say something. I knew I liked Ace when I saw him on HBO because he was the guy that had the biggest heart. There was a young guy that was being bullied a little bit and not treated right, and Ace put him under his arm and under his wing, and that won me over. And I was rooting for Ace all the way. So when I met Ace, I was like, "Hey man, you're an inspiration," and I really wanted to meet you because you have as big as you are, you have a heart to fill it. So congratulations, Ace.
I'm gonna have to watch that one of these days. I still have not seen it.
You have to see it. It shows a side of Ace that impressed me. I'll tell you the truth.
What HBO? So it's such a great. It was a great experience.
Of course,
I still to this day I'm friends with a lot of the cast. Still talk to them. It's just one of those things that when it happened, I didn't know what it was going to become. But I remember when they casted me, I know what they thought they were getting. They thought that they were getting this tattooed Texas guy that was going to be just brash. And I came in there completely different and being like, I just want everybody to have fun. And I just, hi. And I know it threw them for a loop, but I also knew that like this could be life-changing. And it truly was. It opened up a lot of doors. I'm very blessed for the doors that it opened. But I also knew that I wanted to stay true to who I was. Like, so I wasn't going to be the person that was just going to be mean and hateful. I wasn't going to change who I was for anything. And that was like the biggest thing with HBO. And as far as designing under pressure, I think I put more pressure on myself to almost have perfection when I was there. And then I realized real fast that like, if you had watched the show, you can see it up until about episode 4, where I did not want to let people in. And I think I was so like worried about like what the florists that were like very pure purist, I like to call them the purist, how they were going to judge me because I did this, or how the other side, because I was too structured, how they were going to like this, not. But I remember in episode 4 is when I kind of let loose and I was just like, I'm doing this for me. I'm going to make stuff for me. And that's when, honestly, I started shining the best and having things turn around. But yeah, I love that cast. The guy that won and I are great friends, and I literally consider him my family.
Who did win?
His name was Connor Nesbitt. He's from Utah. Amazing guy.
Where is he? You've never really met him in the flower industry. He kind of stays.
So he's just like this young guy. He's probably in his 30s now. I always forget his birthday. But he's honestly just an amazing human. And what people didn't know like about Connor was that he and I gravitated towards each other at the very beginning.
Was that the young guy, the small guy, the one that was kind of being not bullied, but
there's two. There's Connor, and then there was Justin.
Okay.
And then, but Connor was this person that used to get bullied, and he's a gay man, and in a religion that does not see it.
Okay.
So because he's in Utah, and I remember just being like, "You're amazing for who you are. Who cares?" And we just literally created a bond, and I remember that. It's a very just an amazing bond that we have with each other.
That's super cool. That is cool. And if you haven't watched it, do watch it. What is it called? HBO Full Bloom?
HBO. It's on HBO Max. It's called Full Bloom. But the sad part is, it's no longer there.
See, I did try to watch it. I tried.
But I know that there's talks that they're trying to get it to push over to Netflix. So if you noticed anything on Netflix, how they are now putting HBO shows back on Netflix, so they're trying to jump it over. So
we got to start a petition to get it on so I could see it.
Yeah,
Penny. So how do you balance whimsy and refinement in your wedding installations?
Oh, well, that's tricky. It depends on the client. Not all of my clients have a whimsical style. Some of them are modern. I don't know. For me, it's a combination of things like texture, movement, and an intentional contrast and like playfulness. Like, I don't know. Not all of my designs are whimsical. That's naturally the style I gravitate to. I'm a very garden-y designer, I guess, if you want to say it. But like using luxe materials, and also like kind of appreciating and highlighting the natural imperfections in flowers. Like as a designer, I like to look at the stem of a flower or the way that the neck arcs and bends. And I look at that as something beautiful. Whereas some people would be like, no, it should be perfectly straight. And, you know, to me with flowers, it's like people, no two are the same. And I don't like to force my flowers. So that's sometimes why I feel like my designs come off even a little bit more whimsical. But yeah, I don't know. I
guess they have movement.
They definitely do, but they have to have strong mechanics. Your design is always only going to be as good as your foundation. So there's refinement in the design and it being luxurious and elegant and classy, but there's a lot of playfulness, and that I think suits my personality. And that's really where my designs kind of come to life when you add in those little elements at the very end, whether it be butterfly ranunculus or clematis or something that's just going to kind of dance around and be like, hey, look at me. You know, you can have like a perfectly sculptured design. To me, like personally, not, you know, whatever my clients want, they'll have. But to me, I embrace the imperfections. So there's always going to be a refinement because your mechanics and your design aesthetic is always going to be, you know, polished. But for me, I really do appreciate that, you know, maybe that one little guy that's like flying up here or facing this way. So
I think that she's honestly kind of evolved in the last like really 4 years. From being where when I first met her, very much of the romantic kind of design aesthetic, to even now she's kind of slamming the two together. Because I know from my side, when I became friends with her, like I started designing more of a romantic side of me with the structures that I was very structural. So I think that she is almost like just evolved into this like hybrid designer and, you know, floral artist. And so I think she does really both, but it always leans towards more of that romantic.
That's really where my, you know, I always put my own spin on it. But again, if I have a client that wants something that's structured and manicured and perfectly perfect, like, they're going to get what they want, but I still add my own little.
So thinking about the Ace and Penny show, you know, something or the Penny and Ace show.
Yeah.
I like what you just said there.
No. I'm going to blow it up right now. Just so everyone can see.
She's calling you out, Ace.
Yeah, I'm calling you out.
I got this, and I was like, I want y'all to know I sent this to Saeed, and I said, switch this.
And he did not.
I did not. It's ladies first.
Penny and Ace.
The Penny and Ace show. Ladies first. But you know, something would be kind of cool is if you guys kind of critique each other's work on the show and show a picture and kind of talk about it. So I'm just sharing an idea. I let you guys.
You don't want us to be friends after this, do you?
Well, that would be cool. No one else is doing it, so let's.
Well, I mean, we could. It might get a little crazy, but we could.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
It would be funny. I mean, we don't really take each other.
10 minutes. Only 10 minutes. Only 10 minutes. You won't have enough time to insult each other.
As long as you can referee it, we're good.
The craziest part is that we really do help each other a lot.
Of course,
we'll send each other designs, and
family.
So I've learned how to say certain things because I'm very, when it's a design in flowers, I'm like, this is to the point. With her, I go, this is my opinion. And that's the one I do with her now. I'm like, this is my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. Yeah. And so, but there's also times that she does the same to me. Like the easiest part and the easiest way to say it is that you want the best for that person.
Yeah, of course.
I genuinely care about her as a human, and I want the best for her. You know, the thing that she just did, which is amazing. She did this amazing installation literally yesterday. It was 2 days ago.
Again, I don't know what day it is anymore.
So she got to do the install for the Queen of Versailles. It just opened up on Broadway, and she got to do the install for it. It looked phenomenal. But the entire time that she was setting all this up, I was in constant contact with her, and I was like, hey, you know, for what it's worth, maybe this, and like even down to when she's picking the flowers, like we were. Yeah, it was just, you want the best for them. You want the best for that person. And that's what I love about like our relationship, is that you want her, or I want her to be exceptional. And I know that she wants the same for me.
And I saw that when I traveled with you guys for 5 days or a week. And that's why I was like, hey, it's the Ace and Penny show. And I'm so, you guys are like, yeah, why not?
Yeah. What were we fighting the whole time? Probably.
We just
it was so much fun.
We kind of like we poke
and bicker. They're like big brother, big sister. It's a lot. It's so awesome. So Ace, the final question. Ace, what inspired the concept of Urban Fiore and the Thank You Project, and how does that blend art and retail?
Okay. So Urban Fiore started because of where I grew up, which is in the urban-ish area. And Fiore is Italian for flowers. Okay. So I'm Italian. So that's how I was like, okay, Urban Fiore. And again, I want people to view flowers as art, down to a bud vase. I want you to know that it is a piece of art. There's never going to be another flower with that fingerprint ever again. Yeah. That's how unique that flower is. So that's kind of how that started. And I just started trying to push the envelope with just painting and figuring out different things that I could do differently to really make people see flowers as artwork. And then the Thank You Project started in 2024. Yeah. And what it was is that I've been very blessed through my career. I've gotten to travel, and I've gotten to do flowers, and I have an amazing team that makes it where I get to do what I love. Mm-hmm. But I would get on stages, and I would thank everyone, and I would never thank the one person that had to take the steps. And that was myself. So one day I set out and I wrote myself a thank you note. And in my note, it was literally like, hey, Ace, thank you for getting us here. Thank you for never quitting. Thank you for your sheer determination. And I wrote it, and I kind of stuck it away. And then I was doing another project, and I handed it to someone. I said, hey, you should write yourself a thank you note. And the note that I got back from this person, he is a student still at New Mexico State. And in this thing, it said, thank you for not pulling the trigger. Oof. And right then and there, I knew that there was something. I was like, holy smokes, this needs to be talked about. This is what it needs. And then I got another one back it was from a school teacher in Texas. And she was like, thank you for knowing that you were worthy of love. When she went through a divorce, she was like, I didn't think I was worthy of love, but I found the love of my life. Thank you for not giving up on love. And so at that point, I actually called Penny. I travel with these cards because I'm so scared something's going to happen to them.
Oh, so cool.
And I have roughly like 30 of them right now. So it's a whole project that but it is the Thank You Project. And I just want people to know, like, you can thank everyone under the sun and give everyone credit still. The one person you always need to make sure you thank is yourself for putting in that hard work to get you there.
Usually the last person that you
and know. It is. Wow. Most of the time you don't even thank that. You don't even ever thank yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Drop the mic. You're right. And there was someone that won an Emmy and said, I would like to say thank you to me, to myself. I forgot who it was, but an Oscar or Emmy. And you're right. We never do thank ourselves because we're so hard on ourselves. Yeah. And we're always comparing ourselves to something else. right? What if I had this, or what if I was there? What if? So that was well said. Thank you. I'm glad I asked that question.
Hey, quick on that topic, I just wanted to say one thing. Not that I've heard all of these things that people have written, but to me, the most like, I don't know, it's just like guttural honesty. People are like saying things that they wouldn't probably say out loud, and they're still getting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Some of them are just so impactful. I think it's a great thing he's doing.
It's opening up, and hey, it's that flower feeling, right? As well, you know, it's that flower feeling. I'm repping today. But we do have a little comment here from Blooming Canyon. Thank you very much. Please subscribe. But every episode is packed with valuable insights for anyone. Thank you so much. In the floral industry, fantastic guests and inspiring conversations. Thank you so much. And that's why we're all here, to inspire and continue and to learn from each other, right? To learn from each other. And look, dynamic duo, it's always important to find a partner, right? It's always important to find someone to lift you up and to inspire you and to have your bad days and your good days. And it's very important to have that. And I know that that's what they're going to shine through the show. So let's talk really quickly about the show, the Penny and Ace show. Tell me, and this is a big guy, so I won't do it in front of him. This is a big guy. But tell me about the show. You know, what are you guys expecting to do? I know I'm very open about it. I know you guys are going to kind of wing it as well and let your hearts take it. But I know I talked to Ace about it a little bit, and Ace was like, you know, I want to be known as the heart florist, right? As the showing heart first. So can you guys just share a little bit about why you're excited and what do people expect to kind of see here?
Yeah, so what I'm most excited about is just really showing people that there is a way that you can live your dream. I 100% tell people all the time, I didn't start doing flowers to be poor. And will you become a multi-bajillionaire? Who knows? If you put in that type of work, yeah, it could happen. But can you have the most beautiful life of getting to create and get to hang out with your friends and get to do fun stuff?
Travel the world.
Can flowers take you all around the world to see so many cool things and experiences? Yes. So that's what I wanted to get out of it. The bonus is that I get to do it with one of my best friends. And that's the bonus. But like also just connecting with the industry. I think that there's so many florists and, you know, not just florists, flower growers, breeders, wholesalers, hard good dealers, that they need this. They need this collection of people that individually we do not have a huge voice, but together we are very loud. And one of the things that I've just been like kind of really focused on is that we are one of the only industries in the world that we get attacked all the time. Nonstop, we get attacked. We get attacked because, oh, she doesn't want flowers. She wants this. Oh,
different things.
Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, all the time. Flowers just die. So I have learned how
flowers are for the moment.
Yeah. So this is how I've learned how to combat people. I'm like, you're right. Flowers they just die. But guess what? My flowers are going to last longer than your steak.
And people will pay $80 for a steak. $200 for dinner.
At it, even into the wedding. I love
that.
I've literally looked at people and they were like, oh, well, we wanted this, or they wanted this banquet food or whatever. That's where they put their money. And this is what the one I was like, well, I'm sure that you're going to love the images of your surf and turf banquet food. I know 20 years from now, when we're looking back at your anniversary, you're going to get to go, man, that was the best banquet food I ever ate.
I don't even remember what the heck was on that menu, man.
Yeah. So I think,
and I'm pretty sure a couple guests bitched about it too. You know?
Here's the craziest part about our industry: people will attack us nonstop. Nonstop, people will attack us. But here's what it is in every one of their ads. It's in all fashion thing. It's on commercials nonstop. They always have flowers, wearing perfume. Flowers are everywhere.
Think of
Everywhere.
every monumental
Stop.
lifetime
Exactly.
thing.
Stop attacking us.
Weddings, celebrations,
Yeah.
deaths.
Yeah.
Flowers are always
Yeah,
going to be there.
Exactly. And
And
from
like
before life to afterlife.
Yeah.
and through life they should be.
And through
And
life.
what
Exactly.
do I always say, like they are for the moment. They're like, they keep you in the present, and the present's a gift, right? Like it's a play on words, but it's so true.
Yeah.
So I just jumped from that flower feeling to this call, and there's a whole new campaign with that flower feeling called Just Add Flowers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's very simple. If you're down and out, just add flowers. If you're having a great day, just add flowers. So it's all about just adding flowers for those moments. So Penny and Ace, thank you so much for your time. I know you both are really busy. You're in Las Vegas, so you have a long day and a long night ahead of you. Or maybe a nap, which that
I
might
will
call for
probably
a good
be
nap.
taking a nap at some point.
Yeah.
You should. Thanks so much for joining us. Your show, let's see, when is the Penny and Ace show? Let me see.
I think it's the 20th, if I'm not mistaken.
November 20th. Yep. November 20th. It'll be November 20th. Let me catch it here. November 20th, the Penny and Ace show premiering at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please, everybody, make sure to join, and we'll be sharing it all over the place. And make sure to join and ask questions.
Name change.
And no.
If y'all could vote on the name change,
is
please.
perfect. But send us questions. We would love to hear from you
Yeah,
guys.
the name is staying. The name I got you, Penny. Sorry, Penny and Ace show for sure.
That's right. Saeed knows not to mess up.
Oh, ladies first. Ladies first.
Yes.
All right, Ace and Penny, take care. Thank you so much.
Bye,
Any
Take
last
care,
words
Thank
you want to
y'all.
Bye.
All right. Take care, guys. Have a great one. Bye-bye. All right, everybody. So it's always fun. I'm telling you, I had a big smile. They even made me turn red. I was laughing so hard. They're always so fun to hang out with. And that's what you're going to get from the Penny and Ace show. And I'm always going to say it with pause. Always going to say it with pause. The Penny and Ace show. So let me pop this up real quick. I do want to say a big shout out to our sponsors. We love our sponsors because it makes this whole New Bloom Media thing going. So we want to say thank you to United Selections, a great breeder of roses and spray roses. Great blossom series. You got to check them out. Deli Floor, that's where I connected with Ace and Penny. Verdissimo, Bea Floor, Sunflower Technologies, Continental Floral Greens, and we're onboarding many more. And thank you to them. And we ask you, if you love the show and you feel that what New Bloom Media does, it enriches your business, enriches your daily floral life, then support them. We really, really ask you to support them and show your support. And don't forget to subscribe. Is really, really valuable to subscribe as well. And then let's do a little housekeeping here. Give me a second. I actually have something new here. This is cool. So we have Joe Don. So what we do here in New Bloom Media is we try to cover all sectors. Why? Because we want to connect all sectors to each other, to information, because there's always value that we can get from all sectors, right? From a supermarket to a flower shop to a designer to an event planner. So Joe Don Zetzi will be talking about AI that's shaping the floral industry. Let me take off this this banner real quick. Sorry. Here you go. So Joe Don Zetzi, AI and tech shaping the floral industry. And that's going to be November 14th at 2:25. On Friday, sorry, November 2:25. No, November 14th, 2025 at 1 p.m. And that's a Friday. We try to have it most Fridays when it comes to our correspondence, and we are honored to have some awesome correspondents. We are also having on November 18th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard, Deborah De La Flor. Deborah De La Flor is an ambassador for our industry. The things she has done silently to help her community and to help the industry with different, I'll let her talk about it, with some awesome contests and competitions around the world. She's an awesome person. I was talking to her one day and I said, you need to come on the show. Someone needs to highlight you. And not just her floral design and the education she gives, but more, the heart of where she comes from. Then we have, check it out, the Penny and Ace show. The Penny and Ace show, episode 1, from seed to spotlight, how florists find their calling. So that's what you can expect, and more of this awesome energy for sure. It's only a 10-minute show, but it's a jam-packed 10-minute show. It's almost like a big little piece of dynamite for sure when it comes to the Penny and Ace show. And then we have Tim Huckabee from Profitable Florists, marketing and service tips for profitable florists. And that will be November 21st, again, on a Friday, which is super awesome. Why? Because it's really a gentleman that's traveled. I think he's worked with over 1,000 florists around the world, and he's bringing it to the Bloom Show to share his insights. And we also give some discounts for his education programs that he offers. Then we have our season finale, which is the Floral Economics and Future Trends with Charlie Hall and Melinda Knuth on November 25th at 2 p.m. We are debating if we're going to continue to do shows on December with the correspondence. We might actually take a pause and then start it in January, just to everybody take a break. It's the holidays, etc. We usually do. So we just have to talk to all of our correspondents and make sure they're okay with it, and go from there. But we are having Melinda Knuth, Charlie Hall. It's good for everybody to tune in to learn more, because it is the economy side of the floral industry, and future trends with Melinda Knuth. And we also have on the 28th, I guess that's our real season finale, will be with our correspondent, Bill Schaefer, Floral Trends and Innovations. If you all know Bill Schaefer, he does some amazing shows, some huge events, but he's an innovator and he's a trend hunter. So tune in to learn about his trends, and he presents very well. He's an awesome guy, and he's very exciting to listen to, and we've had some great responses from all of them. And register now as an attendee. It's free to attend. It's the Bloom Together event. It's a 6th annual Bloom Together event. And what is it? It's an event that happens on March 2nd here in Doral to celebrate networking, collaboration, and building community together as a floral industry. So all sectors come together, where there's about 65 different sponsors, 300 to 400 people, some floral installations, but it's really a moment to come together as a community, because they all donate a small contribution, and that contribution is then donated, the proceeds are donated to Seed Your Future and American Floral Endowment. And we've been running for 6 years. We started with 20 members and 20 guests and 10 sponsors or contributors, and now we're up to 65 with 300 to 400 attendees, and donating a nice amount of funds to Seed Your Future American Flower Endowment, which the last 4 or 5 years we've donated over $20,000, and we're going to continue to do it because it's an effort, it's a community effort, and we hope that it continues to inspire and not let us forget where we were before COVID, and that we got here together. So let's stay together and let's bloom together. So everyone, thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Thank you to Ace and Penny and Ace. Thank you to Penny and Ace for joining, and Ace and Penny for joining and spending their time with us. I could see Ace clapping in the background when I said Ace and Penny. But it's really Penny and Ace. Have a great day, everybody. Enjoy your day, and thank you to everybody for joining. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and press the alert key. Take care, everybody.
The bloom, showing if they connect and bloom. The bloom, showing if they connect and bloom.
You get the pinky. You get the pinky.